What does it mean to be human? Is it not our ability to stand tall, even when the world tries to tear us down? Indeed, it is our resilience, our strength, our undying spirit in the face of adversity that truly defines us. Throughout the annals of history, there are countless tales of individuals who have faced unimaginable challenges, only to rise above them, showing extraordinary strength and resilience. These are not mere stories, but powerful testimonials of human spirit and tenacity that inspire and amaze us. They are a testament to what we as humans are capable of when pushed to our limits. They remind us that it's not about how many times we fall, but how many times we get back up. From explorers fighting for survival in the most hostile environments, to ordinary people doing extraordinary things, we're about to delve into these tales of resilience. Prepare to be inspired and amazed by these 10 unbelievable stories of human resilience and strength. In 1914, a man named Ernest Shackleton led an expedition to cross Antarctica. Little did he know he and his crew would face an unimaginable test of resilience. Meet Sir Ernest Shackleton, a British polar explorer with an insatiable thirst for adventure. His mission was ambitious, audacious even, to make the first land crossing of the Antarctic continent. But fortune, it seems, had other plans. Their ship, aptly named Endurance, became trapped in pack ice in the Weddell Sea, leaving Shackleton and his men stranded. As the freezing winter set in, the ice tightened its relentless grip on the ship, eventually crushing it and leaving the crew stranded on the ice floes with little more than lifeboats and limited supplies. But here's where the story takes an awe-inspiring turn. Instead of surrendering to despair, Shackleton and his men chose to endure. They set up camp on the ice, hunting seals and penguins to survive. It was a game of patience and resilience, waiting for the ice to break so they could navigate their lifeboats towards safety. But the ice would not relent, and so Shackleton decided to take matters into his own hands. With 5 of his men, he embarked on an 800-mile journey across the treacherous Southern Ocean in a small lifeboat, aiming for Elephant Island. After 16 days of battling gale-force winds and towering waves, they reached their destination. Once there, Shackleton didn't rest. He knew he had to get help for the rest of his crew still stranded on the ice floes. So once more, he and 2 others made another daring journey, this time over land and mountain ranges, until they finally reached a whaling station. It took 4 attempts, but Shackleton eventually rescued every single one of his crew members. Not a single life was lost. Shackleton and his crew's remarkable story is a testament to human resilience and the will to survive. It's a tale of unwavering determination, of solidarity in the face of adversity, and most importantly, of an indomitable spirit that refused to yield to the harshest of conditions. 1940, the beaches of Dunkirk, France. A miraculous evacuation took place that would go down in history. Enter the miracle of Dunkirk, a story of extraordinary courage and resilience during the darkest days of World War II. As the German forces advanced, over 300,000 Allied soldiers found themselves trapped between the enemy and the sea. Their only hope? An audacious evacuation plan, codenamed Operation Dynamo. Operation Dynamo was a testament to the spirit of unity and the will to survive. It was a Herculean task, one that seemed insurmountable. The waters were too shallow for large warships, and the Luftwaffe, the German Air Force, dominated the skies. But surrender was not an option, and thus the call was sent out to civilian vessels, fishing boats, pleasure yachts, lifeboats, anything that could float to help in the rescue. The response was overwhelming. A flotilla of over 800 private vessels, manned by both naval personnel and civilian volunteers, braved the treacherous waters and constant aerial bombardment to ferry the stranded soldiers back to safety. This ragtag armada became known as the Little Ships of Dunkirk, a symbol of the indomitable spirit of ordinary people in extraordinary times. For 9 long days, they sailed back and forth under a hail of bullets and bombs, rescuing soldiers from the beaches and from the waters of the English Channel. Their bravery, their determination, their sheer will to survive was nothing short of miraculous. over 300,000 soldiers were safely evacuated from the beaches of Dunkirk. It was a feat that Winston Churchill, the then Prime Minister of the UK, described as a miracle of deliverance. But it was more than that. It was a testament to the strength and resilience of the human spirit, to the power of unity and cooperation in the face of overwhelming odds. The miracle of Dunkirk stands as a powerful reminder of human strength and determination in the face of adversity. World War II also gave us the incredible story of Louis Zamperini, an Olympic athlete turned war hero. Born to Italian immigrants in 1917, Zamperini's early life was marked by rebellion, but it was track and field that ultimately saved him, culminating in his participation in the 1936 Berlin Olympics. Little did he know he was destined for a different kind of race, one that would test the limits of his resilience. When World War II broke out, Zamperini enlisted in the United States Army Air Forces. In May of 1943, his plane crashed into the Pacific during a search mission. Only 3 of the 11 crew members survived the crash, including Zamperini. Stranded in the open ocean, they clung to life on a pair of inflatable rafts, warding off sharks, surviving on rainwater and raw fish, and dodging enemy aircraft. After an astonishing 47 days at sea, Zamperini and his fellow survivor Russell Allen Phillips were captured by the Japanese Navy. They were then taken to a POW camp, where they endured unthinkable hardship. Zamperini was singled out for particularly brutal treatment by a sadistic prison guard dubbed the Bird, who seemed determined to break his spirit. But the Bird and the war failed to crush Zamperini. Despite the physical and mental torture, he refused to be broken. He held on to his hope and his dignity, drawing on the same inner strength that had carried him through his ordeal at sea. When the war ended, Zamperini was finally freed. He returned home, forever changed but unbroken. He later became an inspirational speaker, sharing his story of resilience, forgiveness, and survival. He credited his indomitable spirit to his belief in the power of the human will and the transformative nature of faith. Zamperini's story is a profound testament to the unbreakable spirit of humanity. His life reminds us that even in the face of the most brutal circumstances, the human spirit remains resilient and the will to survive unbroken. In more recent history, a young Pakistani girl named Malala Yousafzai showed the world what true courage looks like. Born into a world where girls' education was frowned upon, Malala dared to dream. Her father, an educator himself, instilled in her the value of knowledge. She became a beacon of hope in the Swat Valley, bravely advocating for the right of girls to education. In the face of oppression, Malala's resolve never wavered. She wrote blogs under a pseudonym for the BBC, detailing life under the Taliban's rule. Her words echoed around the world, shedding light on the plight of many girls like her. However, her bravery did not go unnoticed by the Taliban. One fateful day in October 2012, a masked gunman boarded her school bus, asking for Malala. Without hesitation, he shot her, a bullet piercing through her head, neck and shoulder. But death did not claim Malala that day. Fighting through the odds, she survived. The world watched in awe as this 15-year-old girl recovered, her spirit unbroken. She stood even stronger, her voice louder, her message clearer. The bullet intended to silence her instead amplified her voice globally. Recovery did not slow Malala down. Instead, she took her advocacy to the global stage. She continued her fight, undeterred by the threats against her life. In 2014, at the tender age of 17, she became the youngest ever Nobel Peace Prize laureate, a testament to her incredible courage and resilience. Her life is a testament to the power of education and the strength of the human spirit. Her story, a poignant reminder of the struggles many girls face in their pursuit of education. Amidst threats and violence, Malala stood tall, her courage undeterred. Malala's courage and resilience continue to inspire people around the world today. Her fight is a testament to the power of the human spirit, a beacon of hope, illuminating the path for millions of girls striving for education and equality. From Shackleton's icy ordeal to Malala's brave fight, these stories remind us of the extraordinary strength and resilience that lie within us all. We have journeyed together from the frozen Antarctic, where Shackleton and his crew defied all odds, to the war-torn beaches of Dunkirk, where ordinary men became heroes. We have marveled at the unyielding spirit of Louis Zamperini, who transformed suffering into triumph, and admired the courage of young Malala, who stood up for her right to education in the face of extreme danger. These stories illuminate the indomitable human spirit and the capacity we all have to endure, to persevere, and to rise above. They underscore the remarkable resilience that exists within each one of us, waiting to be tapped when adversity strikes. It is in the face of adversity that we truly discover our strength. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history. And remember, the power to overcome lies within you.